want to see the matchup.
There was only one reason I wanted to see it. And I told you, and I first guessed this going into the series. It was all to me about a guy whose overall impact is overrated, Damian Lillard.
Oh,
I keep waiting to see it, and I don't see it. Do you realize now Damian Lillard has come up even smaller than he plays at about 6 feet tall? In his last 3 playoff appearances, he has gotten swept by the Pelicans, and he got swept by a Golden State without Kevin Durant, and he should have been swept by the King and his minions in this first-round playoff series because they're not an 8 seed. They're like an 88 seed. That's what they are, and it's because that guy is not that guy, Cap T, Cap G, that you say he is.
He is.
You say special, and I'm saying Damian Lillard, where is his transcendent impact on the game? I'm going to give you this. He is the greatest athlete rapper ever. There's nobody close to him. I give you that. He is not a good interview. He is a great interview. He can just spill his soul in an interview, and I love that about him. But in overall, and by the way, he is the sweetest, purest, smoothest shooter of long-distance threes I've ever seen. It's just effortless for him. It's really pretty to watch.
I just want to make sure
But in overall impact, I got to see it. Do you realize he didn't make his first basket last night? It was a 3, but he didn't make it. We could see it if you want to. Guess what the score is now? They're down 24. This is his first basket of the night. They're down 24. That's sweet. I love that. You're down 24. The game's already over, and you finally scored a basket.
If you don't mind me asking,
what is happening here?
So, in other words, if a player isn't transcendent, regardless of the sport, that means he's not any good.
I'm not saying he's not any good. You just told me he was special, and you put that Cap, S-U-P-E-R, in front of his name.
Yes.
All caps, superstar. And I'm saying he's a star. I'll give you star, but super?
Skip.
Show me.
Skip, hold on, wait a minute.
Whew.
You can be special. You can be a superstar without being transcendent. Every superstar isn't transcendent. That term belongs to a very few players. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Kobe, hold on. You make it seem like, well, he's a superstar. He must be transcendent. No, Will, those are very few guys that have been transcendent. But hold on, Jenny, if you don't mind me asking, Jenny, can you re-ask the question? What'd you ask me?
You want to re-ask the question?
Yes, I want you to re-ask me.
What was the most impressive part of that game last night?
Well, how the hell we going back to Saturday night? How we going back to game 1, Skip? Can we talk about last night?
I didn't wear a goat mask. You did. I'm shooting at the goat mask. I'm showing you how silly it is to put any stock in what you just saw. What happened last night should have happened in game 1. It did happen in game 2. It did happen in game 3. Yes. It should have been over last night. No, you know it, and I know it.
I don't.
And you're over there chest beating like LeBron is. You're like a chip off the block.
Yeah.
You know, like father, like son.
What about that virtuoso?
Yeah.
Tell me that wasn't a virtuoso.
Against what?
A playoff
Against
team.
an 88 seed? That's what they felt like last night.
No.
They're just pathetic. They're the worst. You just admitted it. They're the worst defensive team.
Yep.
And wait a second. I got to get this out off my chest. LeBron James last night. So they're up 30 points, and he comes down and shoots a LeBron logo 3.
LeBron.
He shoots it from Cape Canaveral. If we could see this. And then what does he do? What does he have the audacity to do after he makes it? He goes up court.
Yes.
That's me.
Yes.
I did that. We're up 33 on the 88 seed. What are you doing?
Whoa.
It's just
Hold on,
crazy.
Skip, let me ask you a question. So what was he doing to help them get up 30? I just want to know, what was he doing? Did you see what he did in the first half? Did you see the first
It
quarter?
was special.
Okay, then.
It was spectacular.
Okay, acknowledge it.
Let's see, last night was Monday night. It was Saturday night. I had to watch him make his last 3. Remember this? He makes his last 3, and he goes up court. This is the logo 3. Can we see the one from Saturday night? I just got to see it one more time. Okay, here he goes. LeBron, and he makes his last 3, and that puts the score. They're now up 14 points, and he goes down the court like he just won the NBA championship, mean-mugging the Trailblazers.
Hold on.
He's giving them one of these.
Hold on, Skip. But can I ask you a question?
I gotcha.
Skip.
I gotcha, 88 seed.
The first game, you said he didn't close the deal. In the third game, the third game, he closed the deal. Now you got a problem with what he did.
They all closed the deal.
No.
Anthony closed the deal.
Okay.
I call him all done in a lot of fourth quarters, but he came to play.
I'm talking about LeBron on Saturday night.
Yeah, he was great.
So he was dealing.
Yeah.
So now you got a problem because he closed the deal with what he was doing in the process of closing the deal. So,
I have no respect for the Portland Trailblazers, and I tried to. I told you going into this, Damian Lillard, since he has entered the league, I told you that he has the worst playoff winning percentage of any player in all of basketball. He has the second worst plus-minus since he entered the league in the postseason. And I told you against Golden State last year, he had 4 straight fourth quarters. The games were teetering. They were winnable going after 3 quarters, all 4 fourth quarters with no Kevin Durant. So it's just 2 guards versus 2 guards, basically.
Right.
And talk about coming up small. He shot 29% from 3 in those fourth quarters and 31% from the field. And he hasn't been much better in the fourth quarter, the 3 fourth quarters that he's played against the Lakers.
So,
and I'm saying, just show me. Just do it one time.
So can I ask you a question? In Michael Jordan's first 5 years of the league, what was his win percentage?
What does it matter?
Because of what you're trying to do, you're doing it.
What was his winning percentage in his last 10 years in the league? I mean, it's just absurd. Are you putting Damian Lillard and Michael Jordan?
Wait a second, Skip. So let's see what Dame Lillard's win percentage is his last 10 years. I'm saying Michael Jordan because he got swept twice, he won 1 game, and he won 2 right. So I just want to know, so what was his win percentage? Because what you do is that if you don't win the title, you want people to believe that if you don't win a title, you're a bum. And that's not true.
Okay, I just told you. What's Damian been in the league now? Are we up to almost 10 years? Are we?
I don't think
he's been around.
He came in with AD, so what, 2012?
No, he's before that.
No, he came in with AD because remember he was Rookie of the Year because AD got hurt.
I guess so.
Yeah. So what, 2012? So 2012 was his draft?
7, 8 years, whatever.
Yeah.
But the point is, he's been around a long time. You have proclaimed him a superstar,
Yes.
and you've called him special.
Yes.
And I'm saying this isn't all his fault that he's a minus 43 in the postseason. But if he's transcendent, if he's a superstar, he's in that special top echelon,
Yes.
you got to be better than this. I just keep waiting for one game where he just takes it over and closes it, and it doesn't happen. So they're dangerously dependent upon their 2 guards who just sort of come and go, because if you're going to shoot threes, they're going to come and they're going to go. The Lakers' threes, they came and they went, and then they came back. And you better be careful, because last night you might have used up some you might need against Houston if, in fact, Houston's going to prevail.
We'll worry about Houston when we get there. But Skip, here's the thing, what I don't understand with you. See, because what you're doing here, you're trying to undermine Dame. If he wins...
I'm not trying to undermine it. I'm just saying, show me.
Let me finish. If he wins, you're going to say, well, AD and LeBron is not what they say. What he loses to AD and LeBron, which is the superior team, and you use that against him.
I called it. I called it going in. I told you and Chris Broussard, you're both completely off base. This is a mismatch.
Okay, but here's the thing. If it's a mismatch, how are you using that against him if it's a mismatch?
Because I've never seen it from him before, so I called it first.
Well,
I just said, no, he's not going to rise and shine. He's not going to cause you any problem. He's going to be 0 threat to you, and in the end, he was 0 threat to you.
Skip, but my thing is, if it's a mismatch, like you said, like 85, 86, Bulls, Celtics was a mismatch.
It wasn't a mismatch. My God, it went to overtime in game 1. Michael Jordan made 2 free throws. He made 2 free throws to get him to overtime.
What about the miss?
They called him, what was it, God in sneakers?
Hold on, wait a minute. He missed a shot like Kawhi that would have won the game in the first overtime, right?
All right. He's playing one of the all-time greatest teams ever.
Okay.
Well, so
all I'm saying.
Are you saying that Michael Jordan, that we're overrating him?
No.
Is that what you're trying to say? How can we put Damian Lillard? I'm ashamed we're putting Damian Lillard in the same conversation with Michael Jordan.
Because what I want people to understand.